Alright, so this is another stream that we haven't done in a minute, at least since our last one that we've done with Review Tech, USA, and all of this nonsense. Now, we've actually rearranged our living room, which you probably know if you watched a couple of our previous videos, or I should say our previous video. Like, we had this rearranged for about a week now, and honestly, the main reason, like I stated on the previous video, is because of the stupid freaking floor that we're in, and where we were sitting, essentially, in our gaming chair, while gaming on our OLED TV, playing our Xbox or PlayStation or something, it was essentially just killing the floor. Like, I know it might sound weird, but this floor somehow is not really even. Like, it's not flat, like flat even across the board. There's going to be some spots that are like soft and everything, and yeah. And the good news is this: we're essentially going to be moving out of this house relatively soon. And when I mean soon, we're talking like a month at the most, to probably most likely within a week or two. And we are deciding between two options. We got two options right now. Those two options are either we are going to get a house and we're going to have to pay, I don't know, about said K, but as I move the headset a little bit closer to my mouth, but we're going to have two options. One of them is going to be a house, and we're going to have the option to move into a house, but we're going to also have to pay some bills separate. Like, we're talking water and as well as electric. Now, electric and water is pretty normal when you think about it with a lot of places, some to an extent. Now, here, we don't have to pay for water or trash because it's just included with our rent. Now, luckily, the house is included with our rent, or the trash is included with our rent with the house is what I'm trying to say. But we would have to pay water and as well as electric. But we got PIP as it already is with where we're currently living at, so it won't be a big problem. But we got another option that instead of a house, it's a 2-bedroom apartment that's literally just next door from the same landlord that we're currently renting with, and it's with all utilities, boom, together. So, we're definitely going to be choosing one of these relatively soon, unless something absolutely just kills it. And I mean, like, the house doesn't end up working out, or somebody takes this place, or somebody takes the house, and then we don't get this one, unless something along those lines happen. But I highly doubt that, because I'm like first in line for both of these. So it's just going to be like an insanely hard choice to pick from of the two. Because, yeah, you have to pay more with the house, but it's a house rather than apartment. But then the apartment is still going to be bigger than this place, and it's going to be with all utilities included. But there is actually some good evidence, or some good news, if we decide to do the apartment. Luckily, it's going to be easy to move, and we might be able to purchase something next month in December as a nice birthday/Christmas gift. And yes, we are talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. The system that just came out however many weeks ago. 2 weeks, actually. The system that just came out 2 weeks ago. We'll be able to get, I know my hair's a little bit odd, but we'll be able to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro if we move over there, because we won't have to spend much of a dime to basically just get transferred to a different unit from under the same landlord. So that's a positive thing on top of moving over there, is we're going to get a PlayStation 5 Pro. But if we move over there, then the PlayStation 5 Pro is not going to happen until sometime earlier in spring of next year in 2025. So it's going to be quite a few months before we can even decide to purchase one if we do over there. But it is definitely such a hard choice right now between the two. But what I can honestly say is we're excited. Like, we are pumped, in fact, to get out of this freaking garbage. We are insanely hyped to finally get out of this garbage. Now, it's done okay for us for this last year and going on 2 months at this point. But when you got something like a floor that's breaking, yeah, you're kind of wanting to move out and such, because the only way, it just wouldn't work out no matter what. So I know this is just odd to talk about something like this, but okay, so far I do not have nobody watching. I forgot I'm going to have to just start looking at it like this way to see if anybody's watching, and so far nobody hasn't. But yeah, thank goodness though, here before long, in like a week or 2 or 3, we are finally going to be able to finally move out of this place, whether if it is the house we get or if it's next door to the apartment. We're finally just going to be glad to get out of here. Now, minus all that, on the thumbnail, you see we got Stalker 2 on there. And this is something I absolutely want to say, okay? Dreamcast Guy made a video just 2 days ago on the game's release, and he has literally said nothing but mostly negative things about a game that on Xbox has a positive score, and we're talking a higher score than PC, and then wants to call Xbox out. Like, I'm not hating on the guy one bit. I am a huge supporter of his channel. I will continue to be, and he makes mostly good content and really nice content that I absolutely like. But that video that he talked about of Stalker 2, and because it only had a 74 score or something for PC, and then I seen somebody in the comment section said, yeah, that's on PC. Xbox has an 81 score, and Xbox had a higher score than that. And we downloaded the game from our Game Pass console subscription that is technically no longer available, but if you're somebody that was originally just paying the Game Pass console version of it, that is like $11 a month, you can continue with that roll all the way through to September 2025. So if you continue have it automatically getting taken out, you can keep that going until September of next year in 2025. But since we got that still, and we did not cancel our subscription before the whole new sets of subscriptions that they updated with Game Pass, we got to continue to keep Game Pass console because it is getting automatically taken out. So, Stalker 2 has been a game that I just have absolutely have really liked, and from early in 2024 and then 2023, when we first got our first bits of like screenshots and all that, I was seriously thinking to myself like, wow, this might actually be the best looking current generation game out there. And you know something? It actually is. Like, Stalker 2 and Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora are literally the two they're literally the two best looking current gen games out there. And Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora came out on December 7th last year in 2023. And then you got Stalker 2 that just came out 2 days ago. And there's been some pretty good looking games, like, don't get me wrong, like Horizon Forbidden West on the PlayStation 5 is a good looking game. God of War Ragnarok is also a good looking game. And then you got Ghost of Tsushima. Mostly, I know we're talking pretty much PlayStation's first party IPs, but those games still look pretty darn good in visuals and graphics. But honestly, Stalker 2 and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora are so far our two best looking current generation games out there on the Series X and the PlayStation 5. And if I remember correctly, I think Avatar did, however, get a PlayStation 5 Pro patch, but it's definitely not going to look that much better than from the base PlayStation 5. I mean, heck, the game already looks and gives you already 3 graphical options on the base PlayStation 5. We're talking, you got quality mode, which plays the game at a solid native 4K, but only at 30 hertz. And then you got a balance mode, a balance quality mode, I should say. I forget what it's called, but it plays the game almost directly looking like it's playing in native 4K, but you get a higher 40 FPS mode, and then there is, what you know that most games have, performance mode. And then that plays the game at, I think, a 1440p at 60 frames a second. And all modes on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, however, for Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora is insanely good. The game is butterly smooth. You get a nice, clean, clear, crisp quality, and then you got the mix of both when it comes to quality, balance, or whatever the heck it's called. 40 FPS quality mode, that's what I think it's called. I haven't played the game in a minute. I'm going to see if we actually got any comments yet. And we actually got one person watching. Whoever that's watching, thanks. But yeah, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora already looks insanely good on the PlayStation 5. But I think with this PlayStation 5 Pro patch, I think it's probably going to be able to play at 60 frames a second with the 4K option. And then performance mode, we might be able to get, I can't remember, but I think some games, if you have a VRR capable TV, you can actually get like 120 hertz output, even though the game may not run at a stable 120 FPS. It's going to be somewhat above 60. So if we definitely do move into the next door apartment, we can definitely purchase a PlayStation 5 Pro. And honestly, when we do purchase the PlayStation 5 Pro, even if we do take the apartment and it's next month, or if we take the house and it's like a few months later, we're definitely going to review the console and we're going to check out some games on it, like enhanced PS5 Pro enhanced games. And honestly, this is what's made me not actually want to play The Last of Us Part 2 and replay Horizon Forbidden West, because these games are enhanced on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I know that there's a lot of discussion, and some people are saying that it's not a big difference, and then some people are saying, yeah, it's not a big difference, but it's still somewhat of a noticeable difference. We're still going to get the PlayStation 5 Pro eventually anyway, just because of the fact, I mean, you are talking like you're going to have 2 terabytes of storage compared to the base PlayStation 5, which basically didn't even have a full 1 terabyte of storage. So, roughly, you're basically getting like 1,000 freaking... I heard my phone go off. I was wondering where the heck that was. So, and essentially it's nothing. But yeah, essentially, we're going to get the PlayStation 5 Pro eventually, even if it's in a few months or if it's next month, we're definitely going to be getting it. Now, I absolutely like Stalker 2 as of yet. I've only played about, I want to say, like somewhere around an hour and a half possibly, maybe up to 2 hours. But when it comes to visuals, I mean, yes, Stalker 2 is impressive. I would say probably the best first party, or like best like early first party game from Microsoft ever. And I mean, Halo Infinite looked decent, and I know a lot of people did not like that game, but I honestly thought Halo Infinite was honestly a very good game. Alright. But Halo Infinite did honestly look good, and I personally thought the gameplay was definitely better than the previous Halo games. It was a lot more, somewhat more fast-paced, but it was also more like smooth gameplay experience, and honestly just felt really good. A lot of people didn't like the fact that it was an open world campaign. I thought that was a pretty nice new idea that they did, and I will always like Halo Infinite, even whenever we get the next Halo or 2 Halo games. That's going to be like another 10 years from now till we get 2 new Halo games, because we are hearing rumors that 1 is starting to be in development. But yeah, I personally loved Halo Infinite. Now, Fable Reboot, that's a game from Microsoft that I'm absolutely cannot wait, because it is scheduled for a 2025 release. Now, it could get delayed into 2026, but that game, however, got announced at Microsoft's presentation, basically game showcase or whatever, where they showed off games, and it got announced that it is going to be coming sometime in 2025. Now, I think I know when it will come out. I think it's going to be sometime in the summertime of 2025. Honestly, that's what I think it is, but it may not. It may come out in fall of next year, or it may come out early in spring. So, Fable Reboot is definitely another first-party game from Microsoft that I'm absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on. But, of course, the biggest one yet, and you know which one we're going to be talking about. Yeah, it's got that number at the end. You probably know what we're talking about. I mean, it's essential, or it's a simple, the biggest game ever. People are wanting it. Yeah, if you guess Grand Theft Auto 6, you're 100% absolutely right. Now, we had a moon theory that was just today, and we did not get nothing, okay? Over the last month or so, there's been a moon theory and showcasing, because Rockstar absolutely, in some of their backgrounds of some of their pictures and screenshots of from the GTA 6, and even to an extent some of GTA 5's new DLC backgrounds or something that was going on. There was a moon theory that showed a picture of the moon, and it had certain numbers on it, and then it had 22nd, and that moon was tonight, and November 22nd. Well, we were supposed to possibly get a trailer too, but that didn't end up being the case. But however, we do got a little award thing that Rockstar got, some guy from Rockstar, and he says, stay tuned for more to come. And then we have a full-on Game Awards coming up that is actually supposed to be on December 12th, which is one day before our birthday, and GTA 6 is supposed to get back on there for most anticipated game of all time. And that could end up being of itself Trailer 2 or ATs for when Trailer 2 does come out. And honestly, I definitely am going to have to agree with the fans on this. If we do not get any sorts of Trailer 2 before the end of the year, or at least maybe not even in January or possibly February, then there's probably a good chance that GTA 6, even if they still confirm it's fall 2025, probably got delayed somehow that we don't know about into early 2026. Because, yeah, you got to think of it like this. Red Dead Redemption 2 had a trailer first before its initial release. Then Trailer 2 comes out, and it got pushed back to almost a whole nother year. Then you got another one that came out, which was 6 months before, But still, like the first trailer and the second trailer of Red Dead Redemption 2 was basically a whole year before the initial plan on releasing the game. And then the same thing happened with GTA 5. Trailer came out in late 2011, October 25th, if I remember correctly. And it was supposed to be scheduled for 2012 holiday season, but got delayed into September 2013. And then we got another trailer or some other bits of stuff. So yeah, it is kind of strange that we haven't really heard much for Grand Theft Auto 6. But if we don't hear nothing or get even a trailer 2 between now into like the end of February, then yeah, there's possibly a good chance that this game may be delayed into 2026 without even Rockstar confirming it. And we may have to wait till May for that earnings call, or better yet, even February's earnings call to hear about something official from Rockstar. But yeah, it is definitely a bit strange, I'm telling you. Like, it's just very strange. But yeah, I honestly really like Stalker 2 as of yet. The gameplay is so freaking fun. The visuals are incredibly gorgeous. And thankfully, like I stated at the beginning of the stream, yeah, we're going to be finally moving out of this house. I was about to say apartment. But we still don't know exactly whether if we're going to go to the apartment that's going to have all the utilities included, that's still going to be a 2-room, 2-bedroom and such, or if we're going to go to the house and just worry about paying the extra, like, water and electric separate and whatever, and just have a whole house to ourselves. So yeah, it's just basically not, it's just really like a tough call. Yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, yeah, it's a really just hard decision because they have their pros and cons, and it's just hard to choose from. But thankfully, we're going to be finally out of this house. Thank goodness. Thank freaking goodness. I mean, you could just tell by how small it is. Like, just by looking at this room. Like, you could just tell, like, it's not that big. Like, it's decent size, but it's not, like, big by any means. So, but not only that, like I said, the floor is another thing on top of that. So, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to make a stream. I figured, like, you know, we haven't done a stream in a good minute. So, why not make a stream like this? So, other than that, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we got for you guys for this stream. But, I think after this, yeah, we're going to have to, figure something out. But, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this stream because this one wasn't going to be like a extremely long one. This was just going to be basically a really, like, half an hour, 40 minutes, something stream that we got for you. But, yeah, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to this channel and end up watching this, hit that subscribe button. And we'll keep you posted with more content, including when you see our new place on whichever one we get. And let us know in the comment section down below of what your thoughts are, and if you think we should take the full house and have the couple bills separate, like trash and water and electric, or if we should take the apartment with all the utilities included, even though it's not a house. And then what's your take on Stalker 2, or did you like the game or did you not? So yeah, just let us know in the comment section down below of either of the stuff that we talked about. But this is going to pretty much do it for Tech and Gaming Review. So hope you enjoyed this short stream. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you on the next one.